Pika pika!
In the geologically unstable regions of Alola, life adapts to extreme temperatures through internal chemical reactions. Turtonator camouflage is perfected, transforming a living creature into an inanimate mineral mass. When physical pressure acts on pressure receptors, the biological detonator is triggered instantly. It knows how to be selective. Torkoal's thick shell isn't worth wasting stored energy. The appearance of a large mass object challenges the chemical stability of the shell. An overloaded explosion not only repels the enemy, but also damages the detonator's own skeletal structure. Using bioemissions instead of explosives helps Turtonator maintain the stability of its recovering shell. Humidity is the enemy of combustion. It deactivates the unstable compounds on Turtonator's back when active defense mechanisms are disabled. Evacuating to caves is the only survival option. In the dry subterranean environment, Turtonator establishes a completely new defensive tactic. Without explosive support, dragon energy pulses become effective weapons for controlling narrow spaces. The old rival returns, but the narrow terrain completely changes the dynamics of the combat. Biological patience allows it to wait for the critical threshold of physical proximity. A resonant attack in a confined space forces the invader to retreat. As the wet cycle ends, stability returns to individuals possessing the largest mineral mass. From camouflage to destruction, Turtonator is the living detonator of volcanic nature. In Galar's depths, life begins with darkness and keen visual adaptation. Timber turns timber into levers, a physical extension of its survival will. But predators know how to turn seismic tremors into ambush weapons. When wood shatters, instinct forces the creature to seek a new matter. In despair, the line between extinction and evolution grows thin. Steel is not just metal, it is a test for muscular limit. Galar rises, shedding fragility to master industrial materials. Every skin scar witnesses a cycle of brutal conditioning. The rigidity of metal attracts the most cunning predators. One swing, steel tears the air, redefining the laws of territory. Yet, against tectonic rage, even the strongest steel must finally bend. When tools fail, power must return to the ancient roots of stone. Chemical condensation transforms mineral mud into life's pillars. Conkeldurr emerges, a grand architect from the ruins. Its flesh petrifies, forming an immovable entity. It does not just survive, it becomes the cavern's fulcrum. Concrete strikes, ending the hunt with the ruler's authority. Predators flee, frantically digging away from the power. As dust settles, rocks shatter to dust against concrete monuments. Heavy footsteps mark the end of an era of fragility. It steps into the sunset, carrying the strength of eternity. Under the sun, creature and matter are unified. The cave is sealed, a legacy shaped in concrete. Evolution is the endless journey of souls brave enough to change. Mist carries iron's scent, where pawns begin their journey of survival. Innate weapons becoming dull signify imminent death in the wilderness. The grinding ritual removes oxidation and heats the inner steel core. Absolute perseverance transforms raw arms into razor-sharp steel blades. The ambush predator senses its prey through subtle seismic vibrations. Crocodile jaws crush the fragile protective outer layer of the armor. Extreme pain triggers the latent energy hidden deep within the core. The echo of steel marks the awakening of a new will. Survival instincts force the creature to exceed its own biological limits. Instant evolution is the answer to the efforts of persistent training. A true warrior never rests upon the victory they have just achieved. The quest for legacy begins within the cracks of ancient time. A true king emerges from the ashes of the fiercest battle. The kowtow cleave ends all resistance from the weak, lowly enemies. Indestructible defense turns the king into an eternal statue of steel. This world belongs to those who forge will through pain. The echo of survival forever endures amidst thousands of years of steel. In darkness, Litwick begins its patient predatory cycle. A bunnelbee is preoccupied, searching for life at day's end. Its light is a sweet trap amidst the foggy forest. The predator lures creatures into its death zone. Life force is silently drained through energy particles. When energy peaks, the process of evolution occurs. Lampant is born, a higher-level parasitic entity. A guardian appears to demand justice for the pack. A survival war erupts between two opposing species. Instinct forces them into a brutal battle. Lampant launches pyromancy to weaken the foe's condition. Diggersby counters with mud to extinguish the flame. Ghostly energy is compressed into a dark explosion. Physical strikes crack the fragile glass shell. Eerie light completely destroys the enemy's perception. The victor harvests the soul as its reward. seeks a place with the densest psychic energy. Accumulation has peaked, triggering the process of morphological sublimation. Chandelure is born, a masterpiece of dark evolution. It connects directly to the soul of the ancient building. Now, it is the absolute master of this space. In Alola's mangroves, fire is not destruction, but the will to remain pure. Litten grooms, compressing organic oils into a primary combustion fuel source. In a cold, wet world, cleanliness is the boundary of a true assassin. A minimal fire strike, just enough to kill in a muddy environment. The lonely hunter seeks no companions, only a silent space of its own. Survival is learning to stay invisible to the eyes watching from the sky. Failure teaches the creature to observe the waves before actually counterattacking. When the inner flame erupts, the body restructures its own biological limits. Torracat emerges, carrying the heavy roar of the dry land guardian. When the flame sac vibrates, a new biological order begins to be established. The master of temperature has asserted absolute control over this swampy region. Challenges come from the deep, where raw power overwhelms nimble speed. As the tide rises, survival is forced into a narrow and cramped space. The enemy of fire is not water, but the encroachment of deep darkness. Power lies not in the punch, but in the ability to hold one's ground. When limits break, the solitary flame transforms into an eternal and steady pillar. Incineroar appears. A wall of fire standing against the surging and violent tide. One single rotation decides who is the true master of the remaining land. Order is established when the strongest knows how to protect the silence. Maturity transforms a lonely assassin into a foundation for the entire ecosystem. The flame will never die if there is a great spirit to inherit. Holding one's ground is the greatest victory of all life that exists. In the lowest layer of Viridian forest, life begins with thin streaks of light. Eating to grow and hiding to survive is the only law for Weedle. Sensitivity to vibration helps the weak identify danger before it even arrives. When the wind rises, the small must find a way to anchor to life. Failing to keep a feeding ground teaches Weedle to adapt to adversity. When nutrition is sufficient, silence is the preparation for a new journey. Kakuna appears, a silent fortress in a world full of constant motion. Enduring and waiting is the ultimate strength of a life cocoon. When pressure reaches its peak, the old shell becomes a launchpad for freedom. Beedrill emerges, transforming from the hunted into the low sky controller. Flying by ancient instinct, Beedrill now dictates the order of the forest floor. The truly strong only strike when their territory is directly violated. The old predator returns, carrying the power of a vast and open sky. A single wing beat reignites the struggle for survival between land and sky. Speed is life, but precision is the key to achieving absolute victory. When limits are compressed, the body opens the gate to supreme power. Mega Beedrill emerges, a flaming lance amidst the damp and misty forest. A fateful strike ends the days of being prey beneath the leaves. A new order is established when the smallest becomes the greatest protector. Maturity is the journey to keep the needle ready to protect life. True power lies not in destruction, but in the ability to hold ground. Holding one's ground is the greatest victory of all life that exists. Mist shrouds the forest, where life begins to awaken in the deep shadows. Noibat, a small creature, possesses ears capable of manipulating complex sound waves. It only hunts for fruits with the maximum levels of accumulated natural sugars. However, gourmet instincts sometimes lead to fatal mistakes in the wild. Appling utilizes its hard shell to counter the startled and confused predator. Chemical defense tactics leave Noibat's navigation system completely paralyzed. The noise inadvertently awakens the brutal ruler of the ancient primeval forest. Zorark crafts dark illusions, warping reality around the exhausted target. A painful metamorphosis process to achieve the perfected biological form. New strength is not just for destruction, but also for protecting the clan. Absolute agility allows Noivern to master every vibration. In the natural world, survival always goes hand in hand with nurturing. The apex predator becomes a tireless night watchman. First lessons about sound and freedom. As light takes over, the shadow world begins to seek sanctuary. The survival cycle closes when the sun touches the ancient forest floor. Evolution is the only answer to the harsh challenges of the world. Tenderness lies hidden behind the power of the ruler of the skies. Nature always retains mysteries within every single frequency of sound. The Pokémon world continues to operate under eternal laws. Beneath the cracked surface, life exists thanks to those who dig deep. Dryness is the best protective armor against the desert's adversity. personal path unintentionally becomes a lifeline for others. Each dig is a brick building a kingdom beneath the ground. The predator appears when noticing the concentration of life sources. Biological change stems from the pressure of imminent adversity. When flight is impossible, the old shell must break its limits. No longer a fugitive, Sandslash is now the master of the ground. The ruler of the sky does not easily give up on a set target. A single impact marks the end of a long chain of being hunted. Subterranean speed is a weapon that aerial predators cannot reach. When the ground shifts, all advantages of the sky become meaningless. A slash into the void, enough to reset the boundaries of survival. The old predator leaves, leaving behind an inviolable kingdom. A true protector is one who knows how to rebuild what was broken. Peace returns when the structure of the home is secured. Maturity is when power is used to maintain stillness. Holding one's ground is the greatest victory of all life that exists. At thousands of meters, the white death envelops every living creature. Dragon blood thickens as core temperature hits the freezing point. Opportunistic predators always know how to scent the smell of weakness. A cold blade carves through the silence of the harsh winter. Violent frost seeks to seal the breath of the fallen king. Life refuses to fade, even as dark energy looms in the air. Pain is a catalyst, forcing dormant power to rise once again. Speed meets spirit as the phantom of death draws near. Sacred fire awakens the soul. Clashing against the thin glacial shield, electric fury sparks out, struggling to reclaim the lost advantage. The dragon spirit roars, colliding with the power of the storm. The roar of survival echoes, driving shadows back into the deep woods. Victory belongs to the heart that remains warm in the frost. Weary claws seek the hidden warmth of the ancient earth. Nature provides a sanctuary for the warriors who have returned. Winter rages outside, but the inner flame never truly dies. Stars watch over the dragon, a symbol of unyielding endurance. The breath of morning brings strength to the renewed warrior. Dawn always arrives for those who never surrender their warmth. In the world of Pokémon, survival is a beautiful art.